Have you ever been lying in bed, the lights are off, your body is really tired, but your brain is busy thinking about this and that? And the mind keeps playing. Like a broken record, which can't be turned off. You toss and turn in bed, but can't sleep. The next day you wake up with a heavy head, anxious heart, and weak body. That's overthinking. And you're not alone. Many of us, including me, have been or even often get stuck there. But why do we overthink? Is it because we are too sensitive? Or is our brain damaged? And more importantly, can it stop? For those of you who are currently watching while anxious, have a lot on your mind, or are even tired of thinking but don't know how to stop, this video is for you. So, prepare yourself. Find a comfortable spot, grab some water, and let's talk slowly. Because maybe what you need is not a quick answer, but a travel companion who understands. Before we can understand why we often overthink, we need to know first, what exactly is overthinking? In simple terms, overthinking is the habit of thinking too long, too deeply, and too repeatedly about something that doesn't actually need to be thought about continuously. This is important. Many people misunderstand this. Overthinking is not just about having a lot of thoughts, but more about repetitive, unproductive thinking patterns. And what's more dangerous, overthinking can appear in the form of harsh inner dialogue. This is what makes overthinking a slow poison. We think we are analyzing, when in fact we are judging ourselves. You may be overthinking if you have trouble sleeping because your brain keeps thinking. You replay conversations in your head, even ones that happened weeks ago. You always imagine the worst-case scenario. You have difficulty making small decisions. You feel anxious even when there is no real problem. You procrastinate because you're afraid the results won't be perfect. You feel mentally exhausted for no apparent reason. If you feel like you often experience the things above, don't worry, you're not alone. And the good news is, you can learn to control it. Overthinking often occurs as our brain's natural response to protect us. But when that protection turns into a trap, we need to wake up and start taking back control. Today, we will discuss what are the impacts of overthinking on our daily lives, both emotionally, physically, socially, and productivity-wise. 1. Impact on mental health. Overthinking is closely related to anxiety and depression. Why? Because when the brain is constantly active without a clear direction, it creates chronic stress. Some signs of mental fatigue due to overthinking: difficulty focusing, mood swings, up and down for no apparent reason, feeling easily offended, loss of motivation, feeling trapped in my own head. Overthinking also often triggers negative self-talk. You become your own harshest critic. 2. Impact on productivity. Ironically, many people overthink because they want to make the best decision or be perfect. But the result is the opposite: we can't get started. Real example: you keep putting off sending emails because you're afraid of using the wrong words. You don't start a project because you're too concerned about the end result. You have difficulty making decisions because you keep thinking. 3. Impact on social relations. Overthinking can also damage relationships, whether with partners, friends, family, or even co-workers. The impact: you keep guessing what other people mean. You misunderstood just because of the tone of voice. You need excessive reassurance from your partner because of anxiety. You hold back from speaking for fear of being judged. What happens? You become distant, closed off, or overly sensitive. And without realizing it, the people around you feel confused or exhausted. Sometimes, they don't mean anything by it. You just read too deeply into it. 4. Physical impact. The body responds. The brain and body are one system. If the mind continues to be negatively active, the body will react. Some physical effects of overthinking: difficulty sleeping, insomnia, headache, tension in the neck and shoulders, digestive problems, due to stress, fatigue that does not go away with normal rest. But the good news is, overthinking can be controlled. You can learn to distinguish which thoughts are important and which are just the panicked voice of your brain. We've reached the most important part of this video. This question has probably been with you since the beginning of the video. And now, it's time for us to answer it. But it is important to remember, overthinking is not something that can be turned off with a switch. We can't tell our brain, "Hey, stop thinking right now." Cannot. But we can learn to distract, calm, and redirect those thoughts. I'll share strategies 1 through 4. 1. Acknowledge and acknowledge. Don't fight your thoughts. The most important first step is to realize that you are overthinking. It sounds simple, but it's the foundation. Why is this important? Because if you are not aware, you will be swept away by the flow of thoughts like drifting in a river. The key is, don't fight the thought. 2. Write down all your thoughts. Brain dump. Overthinking is like a browser with 50 tabs open at once. And all you can do is close them one by one, through writing. Pushpin the brain dump technique. Grab a piece of paper or a note-taking app. Write everything you think, without censorship, without order. Let it all out. Writing is like unloading a burden from your head onto paper. Sometimes you just need a place to put all that mess. And once you're done writing, you'll feel a sense of relief. Not because the problem is gone, but because you don't have to keep it all to yourself in your head. 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the main causes of overthinking is, we are too busy thinking about things that are actually beyond our control. Example: what other people think about us. The past is gone. Other people's feelings. Change your focus to things like actions you can take today. Your response to the situation. How you take care of your body and mind. 4. Use overthinking time for small actions. Overthinking often occurs when we stop moving. We sit still, and our mind starts spinning. The solution? Turn that energy into action. Examples of small actions: clean up the desk. Wash the dishes mindfully. Walk 10 minutes without a cell phone. Send that one email you've been putting off. Small actions have great power. They not only make you feel productive, they also give your brain proof. These 4 strategies are the foundation. But we're not done yet. There are more advanced strategies, such as breathing techniques, meditation, journaling with specific questions, and learning to let go of thoughts without judgment. If you've tried these basic methods and still find yourself overthinking, don't worry. You haven't failed. You just need advanced tools. I'll take you on a deeper dive into the strategy. Not to stop the mind, but to make peace with it. Ready? We're moving on to strategies 5 through 8. 5. Practice mindful breathing techniques. Breathing awareness. When overthinking comes, our body often reacts as if there is real danger: heart palpitations, tightness in the chest, chaotic thoughts. Breathing is the quickest way to send a signal to your brain that you are safe. Simple technique: take a deep breath for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale slowly for 6 seconds, repeat 5 times 6. Mindfulness: be present in the moment. Overthinking is always about what has happened, rumination what might happen, anxiety, but rarely about what's happening right now. Try a simple exercise. Focus on 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you are grateful for, 7. Ask the truth of your mind. Overthinking is often built on assumptions and fears, not facts. Try asking your mind this: is this 100% true? What is the real evidence? Am I guessing, or do I know for sure? If my friend had this thought, what would I say? 8. Learn to let go, not erase. Many people want to erase bad thoughts. But the harder you try, the stronger they appear. The solution? Learn to let go. Times imagine every thought as a cloud. Times you can see it. Times you are aware of its existence. Times but you don't have to hug him. Times just let him pass. This method is also called detachment or cognitive diffusion. It doesn't mean you are indifferent, but you are no longer controlled by your thoughts. You become an observer, not a victim. That's it, folks, our journey to understanding overthinking. Hopefully, everything we discuss can provide you with new insights and tools, so you can be calmer, more confident, and more in control. Don't forget to share this video with friends who might need to hear it too, and if you like it, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and activate notifications so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, you are not alone on this journey. See you in the next video.